Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to my time at Portia. In the last episode, we thought we were going to explore the ruins for the very first time, but it turns out it's a little bit more complicated than we thought. We do have to cough up some money in order to use the ruins, but a license lasts an entire week, so it's definitely going to be worth it. We're actually quite lucky that we found so many bloodstones the other day. Still not sure who's hiding all of those around town, but they do appear to be quite valuable. So with any luck, we'll find some more today, once we go into the ruins, but first let's see who sent us a letter. Oh, it seems like these are from actual people around town. Yeah, and it looks like they might have some more quests for us too. Just what we need. I'm Dawa, the keeper of the Portia tree farm. The last storm we had blew down some of the fencing. We're closed until it's fixed, so I need you to help me fix it as soon as possible. We'll need 5 wooden boards. Thank you, from Dawa. Okay, so it looks like this one has an actual time limit. We only have 10 days to make these 5 wooden boards. But it seems like it's easy enough. So we'll go ahead and accept that one. We probably just need to chop down some more trees maybe, and then I'll bet we'll be able to use the tree farm too. Hey builder, at the end of the week we need qualified people to inspect these products. To coordinate with this, we will not post any regular commissions during the weekend, but feel free to turn them in. Okay, so we can't go to the bulletin board on the weekends, I guess, but it sounds like we can still finish the quests that we have right now. And I mean, look how many quests we have to complete. That's why we need to go into the ruins. We need those special parts to complete our new machines, and then we can finally start building our bridges and our swords. So I think we have everything that we might need inside the ruins. We have our pickaxe, of course, we have our axe, and we have our worn gloves. Now, Remington said that there wouldn't be any sort of enemies inside here, but just in case, I figured it would still be a good idea to bring them. So it's 80 goals for a weekly pass into the abandoned ruins, but thank goodness we have just enough to go inside. I think he also said that we're going to get to use a jetpack down here, so that sounds pretty cool. So we can use pickaxes or drills to dig around for different resources. Press the F key to scan with the relic scanner. That's right, not only are we getting the jetpack, but this relic scanner too. I can't wait to see what sort of treasures we're going to find down here. And there's a jetpack we were talking about. Press and hold the space bar to use the jetpack, and use the movement controls to move around. I wonder if it's going to be difficult for us to control. Our very first time down in the ruins. Oh my gosh, that must be the relic scanner on our head? Well, I'd be very surprised if there's anything right out of the gates, but we might as well use it just to see. Anything special around here? Oh, it looks like there might actually be some stuff below us. Okay, so how do we get deeper in the ruins? Oh, everything is so dark in here. Maybe we just have to dig? Let's see if we can use our pickaxe and, yeah, start digging our way lower. Oh, and look at all the copper we're getting too. This is so much easier than cracking open all the stones around the world. We're even gaining some sand, but we'll have to make sure that we don't get ourselves stuck down here. I guess that's why they decided to give us a jetpack, just in case we need to fly out of some giant hole we're making. So we'll want to make sure that we are actually digging toward those relics. If nothing else, I want to make sure we discover one of those today. Oh, what's that? Is that the relic that we're trying to dig up? Let's see if we can uncover this thing. I'm pretty sure it might be. Ooh, what is this thing? Maybe I should go ask the research center? An old thermos piece? Oh, so they're like relics of this old world we keep hearing so much about. I don't think we've heard about the research center yet though. So we'll have to see if anybody around town knows where that might be located. And we can mark these off too. Excellent. That is much easier to follow. Ooh, we found a data disk that time. I think I remember Remington mentioning those too. There's something about those data disks. Were those what we were supposed to bring specifically to the church? I know they didn't want us, the thinking can piece? What on earth is that? Those were like literally little legs. Was that some sort of artwork maybe? Very, very mysterious. But yeah, the church wanted the data discs, but they also wanted any weapons that we might find down here, so they can take care of them properly, I guess. I'm awfully proud of Jess, though. She's been working for quite a while so far, and she still has plenty of energy to spare. So we managed to find a racket that time, and I think there are, oh my goodness, tons of relics for us to find. Well, I suppose we don't even have to mark this one off on our map. It is so close. Then we may have put ourselves in a bit of a troubling position. Unless we can somehow mine directly above us, I think we may have lost out on our chance to get that relic. Well, that's okay. There are still plenty of them for us to find. So let's go straight toward this one before Jess does end up getting a little bit too tired to go on. I've noticed that when she mines this brown-colored stone, that's when we tend to get the copper ore, so we'll have to keep our eyes out for any other suspicious-looking areas. Places where we might be able to find something new. I'm surprised we haven't run out of space inside our inventory either. How many things have we picked up now? We have 3 different data discs. The old world used it to record large amounts of data. Most of the data have been corrupted, but the research center might be able to get something useful out of it. Wonder if that means we're going to have a decision to make? Because it did mention we could give it to the research center or the church. So we'll have to figure out which side would be the best one to support. Now we can use some sort of recovery machine to take care of all of these different relics. We have our racket, which appears to actually be a weapon of some sort. Well, that's interesting. Maybe we should scoot this on down here then, because it appears to be a bit stronger than our old worn gloves. And we have found so much of this copper ore. So as soon as we get back to our workshop, we're going to have to make sure that we get to work smelting. Ooh, look at this one. Intensive training. Experience gained increases by 5%. I think we're going to want to put some of our skill points in that as soon as possible, because it seems like it would be best for us to use early in the game. Now Jess should level up much, much faster. So she is starting to get a little bit tired. We'll probably want to consider heading back soon so she doesn't pass out. The one bummer is that we didn't actually find any machine parts. Oh, that's another piece of the thermos. Where on earth did that come from? There's nothing else under here, right? You know, seems like it was just some random little thermos piece lying around. There's other areas we could dig around in too. This place is very, very interesting. We are definitely going to have to spend another good day just digging around for treasures. But I think tomorrow we should try to find this research center that we've heard so much about. I'm pretty sure I already know where the church is. It's located at the very tippity top of that hill, the same one that the mayor was leading everybody up to the previous morning. But we might as well get to smelting overnight. It looks like there are plenty of different things that we can make. Even the bronze bars, and I know that we need these to upgrade our tools. So first things first, we'll go ahead and make, I guess, 10 of these copper bars. We certainly have the copper ore to spare. And then once that's all done, we'll see if we can make ourselves some brand new bronze tools. Oh yeah, and I figured out how to hang our little builder's license right by our bed. So even though this place is still rather empty, at least it makes it feel more like our workshop now. The license on the wall makes it official. Well, we dug up quite a bit of soil too. I wonder if there's anything that we can do with this. We might as well tuck it away just in case. Though I suppose if we can't find anything to craft with it, we could always just sell it off for the extra money. But yeah, we have tons of different relics to bring to the research center. So let's go ahead and get started on that one right away. And did our copper bars smelt overnight? Yeah, looks like quite a few of them are finished now. So we should be able to drop those off right inside our grinder. And now what do we need to complete it? Those old parts and the grinding stones. I think we can make the grinding stones at the work table, underneath the parts, but I don't see anywhere in here where we could put together the old parts ourselves, so I guess that part is still a mystery for now. Oh my gosh, this thing is huge too! I thought we needed more than one, but I guess we're just down to the old parts now. Well, let's not get too distracted by the old parts. We need to go to the research center. So it looks like we're looking for somebody named Petra. Maybe we can find them on our map. Yeah, the archaeologist. So Petra should be somewhere around the central plaza. And since we'll be going by all of the other shops, we might even come across some more of the shopkeepers that we need to meet. It looks like we actually have to go say hi to Sophie again. Oh, but here's Mars. He's on the list.
If you need tools or weapons, you can come to my shop. It's got the best selection around these parts.
Oh, so he must run the tool shop that we went to? I think that's where we sold our bloodstones.
You look like a nice kid, so I'm going to give you these for free, as a leg up. Don't tell my wife, though.
No problem, Mars. Oh, some stone bricks. Excellent. We can actually make those ourselves now, but it's always good to have a few extras on hand. Now, it looks like there might be another quest marker really close by. Oh, this is Lee. I think he actually runs the church. I'm a little bit nervous to talk to him first, because I do want to see the research center before we make any decisions. Well, there's Carol. That's another one of the shopkeepers that we need to talk to.
Welcome to our little town. Hope you have a wonderful time. My store sells clothing and costumes, so if you ever need to upgrade your armor or suit for a date, come see me.
Oh, excellent. I was wondering if we would get the chance to change our clothes.
Something for free as a leg up. Don't tell my husband, though.
Well, they're both trying to hide it from each other. I don't think Mars would mind, Carol. At least it seems like they're both very kind-hearted. Now, is this the research center? It certainly looks like a very grand building. Yes, it is. Okay, let's see if we can find Petra. Maybe she can shed a little bit more light on the situation.
What do we have here? Oh, a data disk.
You know what it is?
You want to know? This is actually related to how you can discover new diagrams for your workshop handbook. We rely on relic components from the past to build a lot of our current constructs. Many relics in this world are beyond our current understanding, and you won't be able to build them. Not even in 100 years. That's where this data disk comes in.
Okay, so it sounds like we may have actually just given her the discs, so we may have inadvertently taken sides. But that being said, she might be able to give us some new diagrams if we give her enough.
These data disks are located all around the world. They hold lots of useful information on the old relics. If you find any, give them to us and we'll help you research into these relics. The research effort will produce the diagrams that you need to build them.
Okay.
We're not miracle workers, so don't expect us to come up with things from scratch, but we do know a thing or two about how the components should fit together. Anyway, just remember that if you find any data disks, bring them to me, okay?
Well, it sounds pretty good to me. I wonder if she's going to be able to discover anything from our current discs. This must be a piece of a relic. You can use our recovery machine in the research center to restore it to its original shape. It'll take data disks, but it should be pretty fast. Have fun. Oh, that's what we need them for. So they kind of work like a currency almost? Alright, well let's see if we have enough. We need more parts to finish the old thermos, and I think it's going to be the same for all of these too. And we need all of the different pieces to finish these models. So unfortunately, despite all of our data disks, we don't have quite enough to work with. Well, that's okay. At least that's one mystery solved. And I suppose that means that we could even go to the church too and see what they have to say about the data disks, because we haven't used any of these yet. Let's talk to Merlin too while we're here.
You're new, aren't you? Are you lost or something?
No, we mean to be here, Merlin. I do like her glasses. She looks like a very, very interesting character. Just the sort you would expect in a lab like this one. The people in church are so stubborn. Why shouldn't we use technology from the old world? They obviously can make our lives more convenient. It really doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so this seems to be the big conflict between the townspeople. And I bet we're going to have to figure out which side we intend to take very soon. Well, let's head over to Lee, I believe his name was, to try to get the full story. See what the other side is saying before we make any decisions. Hopefully he's still in the center of town. It looks like he's still standing right next to... what was her name? Nora. We actually met her right at the very beginning of our time here. Good day, builder. Oh dear, a data disk. You know what this is? Of course, this is what the ancient used to store information on their technologies back in the age of corruption. It's highly dangerous because there's a chance this little item here can contain a blueprint for world destruction. He's probably talking about all of those weapons. It can't be that bad, right? Haha, you're what? 18? 19? The Age of Darkness is probably just another fairy tale story to you, right? When I was young, my great-grandma told me first-hand accounts about the time before Peach, the time when folks lived in the ruins underground. She went days without food. Everyone fought everyone else over the most basic of things. People were considered old when they hit 30, and it was always, always dark. Imagine that. That's what the end of the world looked like, and that's what was created by the very same dark technologies stored inside this little disc. Anyhow, I'm not trying to scare you, but it's the reality of your builder business. All the dangerous technology are spread around the world, waiting to be stumbled upon, and in the case of the research center and cities like Vega 5, expedited in the recovery. Then calamity will strike again. So it's a priority of the church to seek out and destroy all of the data disks and other dangerous relics, with help from ruined divers such as yourself, of course. So I can give this to you. Yes, that's right. The church will reward you handsomely for your efforts. We have in our possession a vast amount of green technology learned through the ages. Wait a minute, I know that look. The church isn't against the use of good technology that can bring telesis to our society. We're only against dangerous technology. What kind of green technology? Mostly special seeds, you'll see. We can share what we have with you as you bring us more discs. You do know how to plant crops, right? I don't think we've learned that yet. Oh dear, you should ask your neighbor Emily about how to farm. Okay, great. Here, I'll take that disc and give you some seeds to get you started. When you discover more discs, bring them to us and we'll give you more seeds. You'll be doing this world a great service. Okay, so things are getting very, very interesting very quickly. It sounds like the church doesn't really trust anyone with this technology. And I suppose you can understand why after hearing his story. It sounds like the world just barely managed to scrape itself together again, and they don't want to see it return to those dark times. But I'm sure there's also quite a bit of good, useful knowledge that we could gain from these data discs. So it's a very hard decision to make. But regardless, he is paying us in seeds. Now if we go to Emily, we should be able to learn how to plant these cotton seeds ourselves. So let's try to seek her out next. We need to go back and say hi to Sophie anyways, so I'd imagine they're probably all hanging around the same place. So what choice would you guys make? Would you give these data discs to the research center, or do you think it's more beneficial to give them to the church? It's a pretty heavy decision. And there are benefits to both sides, but at least we can talk to Sophie without worrying about all of these research discs.
Oh, nice to meet you. If you have any need for food items or seeds, you can come right on by, you hear? Let me give you something as a welcome gift.
Oh, thank you. She gave us a little bit of milk. I wonder what we can use that for. Maybe some sort of a recipe in the future? Unfortunately, it looks like Emily is not inside her shop, so we're going to have to try to hunt her down out here elsewhere. She must be somewhere in the fields. Maybe she's working on her own crops? Oh, and she's probably the one who takes care of all of those ducks and chickens. Actually, is that Emily right now? Yes, it is! Oh, just the one we were looking for. How to farm? Craft the planter box and plant the seeds, that's all. Really? She had us come all the way over here for that? Oh my goodness. Well, we already know where we can get the planter's box. I believe it was Sophie's shop who was selling that. So I guess we're going to have to, yet again, try to scrape up enough funds to actually plant these cotton seeds. But that'll probably be a good way for us to make more money in the future, if we can sell off the crops that we grow. And these scarecrows are absolutely adorable. Let's see what this one looks like over here. Oh, this one's even sweeter. That's the kind of scarecrow I want on my farm. Well, I think we've gotten plenty of work done today. The one last thing we could do before we go to sleep is see if we can find Dr. Zoo wandering around the town. In fact, let's very quickly bring up our map so we know about where he's located, and then we'll finish off that one last quest for meeting all of the shopkeepers around town. I think he might be on the move. He must have just closed up his clinic for the day. Oh, he is very, very far away. It is quite the trek to get to your doctor's office.
Portia. I'm pretty much the only doctor around here, so come see me when you need to heal up or buy health items. Here, have these as a welcome gift.
Some rep points? Is that what he gave us? Okay, well, I guess that's pretty useful. Oh, this is where the civil corpse is too. And the flying pigs? The Flying Pigs Guild symbol. The guild headquarters is located in Lucian. The guild is committed to the exploration of the world and the defense of the weak. It has fans everywhere. Well, I love their name. And I love their mascot too. Maybe we'll get the chance to get to know them in the future as well. But that's one extra quest complete, so I think Jess is ready to tuck herself in for bed. I think what I'm going to do is see if maybe I can put together some of those special machines outside of a video. It seems like that's all we really need to finish off more of our commissions, and then finally make some more money too. We don't want to run out of time on all of these quests. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!